The courtroom in Clayton County, Georgia, hummed with the low buzz of anticipation. Footsteps tapped on polished tile, papers rustled, and a bailiff murmured to a clerk. At the center of it all stood Marcus Hayes, a 62-year-old veteran. His navy suit pressed crisp, his boots gleaming from years of disciplined care. Pinned above his heart was his bronze star, earned in the dust of Iraq. It wasn't for show, it was for the men who never came home. As Marcus stepped toward the witness stand, eyes followed him, some respectful, some curious, one juror offering a quiet nod that spoke louder than words. Marcus was there to testify against Councilman Victor Langston, accused of funneling city contracts to cronies for kickbacks. Marcus, a supervisor in the city's parks department, had uncovered fake invoices and ghost vendors in a playground renovation project. He'd handed over years of records, expecting little fuss. But when he raised his right hand to take the oath, Judge Leonard Baxter's voice sliced through the room. "Mr. Hayes, remove that medal before you testify." The air stilled. Marcus blinked, certain he'd misheard. "Excuse me, Your Honor? This courtroom isn't a stage for personal decorations," Baxter said, his tone icy. "Take it off." Gasps rippled. The prosecutor froze. The defense attorney shifted uncomfortably. Marcus lowered his hand. "With respect, sir, this medal isn't decoration. It's for service, for memory." Baxter's face hardened. "I'm not asking again." The room tightened like a coiled spring. Marcus stood firm. "I served 24 years, sir. This medal doesn't speak louder than my words, but I won't remove it, not for politics, not for ceremony." Whispers erupted. A veteran in the gallery sat taller. A woman in the back muttered, "Did he just say no?" Baxter leaned forward. "You're a witness, not a soldier." "I'm both," Marcus said, voice steady. "Always have been." The judge's pen tapped sharply. "Bailiff, escort Mr. Hayes out. We're in recess." The room exploded into murmurs. A reporter outside raised her phone, sensing a storm. Marcus didn't resist. He walked out, metal gleaming, back straight, as the bailiff led him to a hallway bench. His lawyer, Clara Monroe, paced nearby, heels clicking. "I've seen judges get picky, but this? Over a medal?" Marcus stared ahead, his mind drifting to a blood-soaked road in Fallujah, where that medal was born from loss. "I don't wear it for pride," he said. "It's for them." Clara sighed. "You did nothing wrong, but he might block your testimony now, call it bias." Marcus shrugged. "Then the truth will have to come from someone else." But Marcus was the truth. For 4 years, he'd tracked every park project receipt, every signature. He'd spotted Langston's scam not because he hunted for it, but because it was wrong money for kids' playgrounds siphoned into nowhere. Inside the courtroom, the mood shifted. More veterans arrived, one in a Korea War cap, another clutching a framed photo of her late son. Word was spreading. Baxter returned, face stiff. "We'll resume without Mr. Hayes. His refusal to remove unauthorized adornments is a disruption." Clara stood. "Your Honor, my client was respectful. That medal isn't political, it's service. This court should honor it." Baxter's eyes narrowed. "Motion denied." Next witness. Outside, Marcus heard it all. Something shifted in him, not anger, but clarity. He wasn't just fighting for his voice. He was standing for something bigger. That night, a local news clip aired. Judge orders veteran to remove medal. Comments flooded online. "My uncle wore his Purple Heart everywhere, no one cared," one wrote. "Who does this judge think he is?" another fumed. By morning, veterans lined the courthouse steps, silent but present. Tuesday brought a heavier air. The gallery swelled with VFW caps and military pins. Clara met Marcus at the door, clutching files. "I filed for reconsideration. If Baxter denies it, I'm escalating." Marcus nodded. Inside, Baxter took the bench, voice sharp. "We resume the People versus Langston. The court expects order." Clara stood. "Your Honor, I move to allow Mr. Hayes to testify with his medal. It's not disruptive, there's precedent in Georgia law." Baxter sighed. "Court decorum isn't negotiable." "We're not debating decorum," Clara shot back. "We're debating respect." Murmurs rose. Baxter's gavel cracked. "Motion denied. If Mr. Hayes removes the medal, he may testify." Marcus stepped in, not with one medal, but 2, his Bronze Star and an Army Commendation ribbon. The gallery froze. Baxter blinked, caught off guard. "I'm here to testify, Your Honor," Marcus said. "As myself." Baxter's voice shook. Bailiff. Clara cut in. Your Honor, Mr. Hayes is a key witness. Excluding him over appearance risks this case's integrity. Before Baxter could respond, a veteran stood. Then another. Soon, 10 stood in silence. They're not protesting, Clara said. They're witnessing. Baxter banged his gavel. Recess. He stormed to his chambers. Reporters swarmed Clara outside. Is Hayes suing? One shouted. She answered simply. We're here for truth. Marcus stood by a window, watching more gather outside. He didn't speak, but the silence spoke for him. By Wednesday, Marcus's name trended nationwide. His face filled screens he'd never seen: Twitter, YouTube, newsreels. A viral clip showed him entering the courthouse, medals gleaming, captioned, "This is dignity." Calls jammed the courthouse lines. A petition to investigate Baxter hit 80,000 signatures. Marcus stayed quiet, trimming his hedges, ignoring the news vans. I didn't want a platform, he told Clara. I wanted to testify. Then came the leak. A transcript surfaced, sent anonymously to the Clayton Times =1 Clayton Herald. It captured Baxter before the trial, mocking Marcus. He'll strut in with that medal like he owns the place. I'll shut him down. The words burned. The Herald verified it. CNN scrolled it live. This isn't about rules, an analyst said. It's about control. Marcus read it, stone-faced. He said it out loud. He told Clara. That's enough. The Judicial Review Board launched an inquiry. Veterans groups filed complaints. A former clerk revealed Baxter's disdain for emotional veteran witnesses. A federal investigator arrived, interviewing staff. Baxter went silent, his office curtains drawn. Then, Friday, a statement. Judge Baxter has taken voluntary leave. Everyone knew he was done. Monday, the board posted, Judge Leonard Baxter has resigned. No fanfare, just a signature. Marcus exhaled when Clara called. He's gone. At a small press conference, Marcus spoke plainly. I didn't want to be a story. I wanted to be a witness. Some folks don't like truth when it wears boots. If a courtroom can't handle respect, it needs fixing. A teen asked, Were you scared? Marcus smiled. Son, silence can be louder than shouting. 3 weeks later, Marcus testified before Judge Evelyn Carter. She greeted him. Mr. Hayes, we welcome your testimony and thank you for your service. He laid out Langston's scam-forged signatures, fake vendors, stolen funds. The jury listened. Langston stared at his hands. It wasn't just money, Marcus said. It was trust. After, he sat at the park where the scam began. The splash pad sparkled. Kids laughed. Marcus thought of his late wife, Lena, who'd have been proud. Dignity doesn't beg, she'd said. It shows up. Later, at a school assembly, he told students, You'll face pressure to shrink. Stay who you are. That's the loudest resistance. A girl asked, What if they don't listen? He grinned. They'll remember. And remembering changes things. Marcus went home, sat on his porch, and watched the stars. No cameras. No noise, just a man who stood tall and brought a judge down by refusing to bend. What do you think? Was Marcus right to defy the judge, or should he have complied? How do you see injustice or power abuse in your own life? Share your thoughts below. Let's talk about standing up and speaking out.